All right, so we are just a heads up. We are doing another audio only episode for this episode because again, there's just no motivation, no energy really to, take a lot of my effort to set up the video stuff for the Yankees the rest of the way. So we're gonna see more audio only episodes when it comes to the Yankees in this final month and a half left to go, or basically a month and couple days. So this episode is audio only, and not only is it audio only, it'll most likely be very, very short. I'm going to try to keep this within 20 minutes, hit a few talking points, briefly recap the series, and we'll wrap it up from there. So let's get to the intro. Episode 553 of the podcast. Let's go. Welcome to BD4, an RJ Carbone podcast. BD4, where there is no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. We also do MMA. Yanks every series, Knicks every game, MMA on occasion. BD4 is a 5-star show on Apple Podcasts, also available in video format on YouTube and Spotify. So thanks for stopping by, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Champion of the world! Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied. Time!
Penetrates, creates, and showing some dexterity as well with the left hand.
Yankees win!
All right. Welcome back to the show. Let's get into it. Again, this is going to be very, very short because, again, with the Yankees season over, the, 30-something remaining games, all exhibition games, there's just no point in me consistently setting up the camera, the lights, and getting the video format of the podcast up. It's a lot of work to do for a team that I really don't have the energy to cover right now. So the good news is at least there's something to watch as the Yankees finally decided to promote their youth, some of them, for now. They did this on the off day, Monday, where they promoted much anticipated outfielder Everson Pereira, and then they recalled infielder Oswald Peraza. So that's the positive right there. At least the kids are going to be getting some reps, going to learn how to hit major league pitching, and they also promoted Jason Dominguez to AAA. And from what I heard, he had a 3-hit performance in his first game. I don't know how he's done since, but yeah, at least they're getting experience at the major league level. And I guess you could say for a number of reasons, they're showcasing themselves for trade, or they're auditioning for a spot on the team next year. It's hard to get too into it because you wish this would have came earlier when these games mattered. It's just like how serious are these kids going to be taking this? And, yeah, God, I don't know. But yeah, I like Pereira, man. I like his swing a lot. He swings hard, and it looks like he might be this, I'm hoping at least, he could be this line drive exit velo guy. Dare I say doubles hitter. I hope that he knows when to adjust mid-count and he's not always swinging to not get cheated. Because he does strike out more than average from what you hear. But I like his swing. It's quick, makes hard contact. It's a nice level swing too. I like the swing the swing plane. I think that, if he fine-tunes some things, this could be a guy who can become a doubles hitter. especially because he's very aggressive in the zone. He had 17 doubles across 81 games in both levels combined this year down below. If you stretch that out across a full season, that's a pace for just below 35 doubles. And if he is a double hitter, he might turn into a high average hitter. I heard a couple of comps. I've heard a Teoscar Hernandez comparison. I don't hate that. But I think I'm going to like Everson Pereira, man. I like that swing a lot. And then Oswald Peraza, who hasn't done much at all, but hopefully he gets playing time and eventually it starts coming around for him. And the Yankees said these kids are going to play basically every day. So that's what you want to hear. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to both be part of the roster long term because we got a lot of things to think about. Right? Hopefully the Yankees let Harrison Bader walk. That opens up room, but then you've still got Dominguez to think about. You've got a guy like Cody Bellinger waiting in the outfield. I would, again, because you're still trying to win next year with Judge and Cole, but you have to find that blend between retooling a big part of your roster and getting younger, but also competing. And I think the best idea is to go Bellinger and then maybe Pereira as a placeholder until Jason Dominguez is ready down below. And once Dominguez is ready, hopefully that's May, he comes up and takes that spot, and then maybe you move Pereira, but we'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then third base, again, you don't want to start too many rookies, so I'm looking at Heimer Candelario next year. We've talked about this plan before, but Peraza, we'll see. Maybe he hits a little bit, raises the trade value, and we'll see what happens. But, they're both up here. They're going to play every day. That's a good thing. This is just a showcase for them. Brian Cashman had his press conference the other day. He held a press conference. He didn't use his usual Yankee jargon, like instead of calling them a championship caliber operation that he always does. He actually came out and said the season was a disaster, so that's a plus. But he also said how the Yankees are in total shock that this happened. And that's why I disagree, because while this is a little surprising, to act like this wasn't remotely in the realm of possibility is kind of hilarious. When you build your roster full of aging, injury-prone men, this isn't that surprising. At the end of the day, too, this is a roster that's supposed to be a World Series contender. So even if the Yankees made the playoffs, if they got eliminated in the ALCS again, that still should be a bad look on Cashman. So he held his presser. I really don't care about talk at this point, so I'm not going to dive too deep into that. That'll be that. We'll run past that there. I don't know, man. This is just. I'll recap these few games, and that'll be that. There's nothing to talk about. This is going to be the least interesting episode of the pod. So, in Game 1 of the series, the Yankees lost 2-1 to the Nationals on Tuesday. Carlos Rodon made his return off the DL, and he went up against Gray. They lost their 9th straight, which was the first time in 41 years where the Yankees had lost 9 straight. Think about that. This entire roster was not born the last time that happened. I've never, ever, ever seen a Yankees team get outclassed as much as this one does every night. It's quite remarkable. Top of the third, Kai Boom hits a home run. It's 1-0 Washington. Bottom of the third, Ben Rortvedt actually hits one out. It's 1-1. Rodon goes 6. Then you have Loaizaga, Canely, and Middleton combining for 3. But in the top of the 8th, off the Yankee bullpen, Abrams goes deep. It's 2-1, and that's the Yankees. That'd be the game. The Yankees lose 2-1. Rortvedt had 2 hits, and every other Yankee had 0 combined. LeMahieu did have 2 walks, but Judge didn't have a good night before he went off in the latter 2 games. But he was 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts in this game, did make an assist in right field. The Yankees had opportunities, but of course they did 0. They had a couple of them. Top of the second, you had a couple walks, but Peraza grounds out. And then in the bottom of the 5th, you had a couple of walks again. A mound visit, but 2 straight outs made from Judge and Torres. And that was it. 1 run on Ben Rortved's 2 hits. 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, 0 for 3 in scoring position, and a called stealing. Pereira at least looked fine in his debut. He drew a walk in his first at-bat, took some very close, very tough pitches, and then he made some nice plays out in left field too. In the first inning, he made a 1-hop throw to second base, fielding a ball off the wall, and then later in the game, he made a nice throw to Volpe as the cutoff man, who then threw to, I think, Labor for the out at second base. On the mound for the Yankees, Rodon, 6 innings, a run, 6 hits, no walks, a hit batter, a strikeout, a home run allowed, 68 pitches and a no decision. He was pulled after 68 pitches. Yeah, that was interesting. I guess it's his first game back, but what are you really saving him for? He didn't have his swing and miss stuff again, though, and that's been a concern of mine with him. He doesn't pick up swing and misses often, and that's kind of concerning to me. I mean, especially when you think about the back issue, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Only 1 strikeout and a lot of contact made. The 1 run came off a 4-seam fastball low in the zone. It wasn't a bad pitch, but a good outing. I just need to see a lot more before I feel optimistic. I don't know what his future as a Yankee is going to be. I don't know if he's going to be the same ace caliber pitcher that he was with San Francisco the last 2 years. Loaiza got a clean 7th. Tommy Kahnle allowed the solo home run in the 8th off his changeup. He struggled again today on, as I'm recording, it's Thursday. Tommy Kahnle needs to either mix it up more with the fastball or add a third pitch, because guys are starting to sit changeup on him, and it's becoming very predictable. And then Keynan Middleton, a scoreless 9th inning. Couple walks, but he gets out of it. And that's the first game. The second game of the series, the Yankees win 9-1. They actually won a game. And, they snapped the streak at 9. Severino pitched well against Gore. The bottom of the first, Judge hits a home run, 1-0. Bottom of the second, Pereira the RBI, and then Judge a grand slam. 6-0. Sevy goes 6 2/3. Hamilton and Peralta go 2 1/3 after that. Bottom of the 7th, DJ and Judge back-to-back home runs, and Judge, that's his 3rd one of the game. 9-0 Yankees at that time, and in between those 2 home runs, you had a delay where Nationals right fielder Stone Garrett hurt himself trying to rob the DJ LeMahieu homer. Top of the 9th, Smith hits the home run. It's 9-1, but the Yankees would win 9-1. Again, Judge 3 for 4, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. His first 3 home run game of his career. Pretty funny. 5th career grand slam too, by the way. That's pretty cool. Bader 2 for 3, double, a walk. DJ LeMahieu 1 for 4 in RBI. Also made an error at first. Pereira an RBI. Peraza a walk. Also made an excellent play at third base. And the Yankee bats 9 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases, 2 for 7 in scoring position. The Nationals in this game were just kicking the ball all over the diamond. So 4 of those 9 runs the Yankees scored were unearned. On the mound, Severino 6 2/3, no runs, a hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, no home runs, 97 pitches in the loss. In the win. Hamilton finished the 7th when Severino was pulled, and he did well. He went on to pitch the 8th, and he struck out 3 and allowed just 1 base runner. He continues to pitch well. Peralta did allow the solo home run in the 9th. Then he struck out 3 batters after that, and that was game 2. The third game of the series on Thursday, the Yankees lose 6-5. Michael King went up against Corbin, and the Yanks back on the losing track. Bottom of the first, though, Judge stayed hot, home run to center field, 1-0 Yankees. Top of the third, the Volpe E6. I listened to this game, I didn't watch it, but it made it 1-1, and then King goes 2 1/3 or 2 2/3 to open, and then it was the bullpen from there. Middleton, Brito, Canely, Abreu, and Holmes 6 1/3 the rest of the way. But bottom of the third comes. Glaber hits a 2-run shot, 3-1 Yankees. 7th inning, Canely gets lit up. It's 5-3 Washington. 8th inning, Stanton homers, 5-4. Top of the 9th, though, Clay Holmes gets into trouble. He's not fielding his position well, and it's 6-4 Washington. Excuse me. And it's 6-4 Washington. That becomes 6-5 when Stanton has the RBI base hit in the 9th, but that was it. Bader flies out and the game ends, and the Yankees lose against 6-5. 5 runs on 12 hits, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, and they were 1 for 10. 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Somehow that feels like a hot day for the Yankees. Stanton, Judge, and Glaber were basically the entire offense. Stanton 4 for 5, a homer and double. Judge hit his 4th homer in the past 2 games, and Glaber 3 for 5, 20th home run of the season in this game. DJ was on base 3 times, and Everson Pereira picks up his first MLB hit, ripping a double down the line, and he represented the Yankees' tying run on second base at the time. He did strike out 3 times, but Peraza picked up his first hit since the recall. He was 1 for 4 in the game with a single. On the mound, again, King was the opener again, whatever. Unearned run on him. The bullpen did a nice job. Canely didn't do well. He's starting to pitch very poorly. Holmes, again, he's also starting to pitch pretty poorly. I can't imagine many of these guys are pitching with any kind of purpose, though, at this point in the year. Except for maybe the few guys that are looking for a payday this offseason in their walk years. But, yeah, it's kind of hard to stay motivated. And we'll tip our caps real briefly. Let's go to Aaron Judge. Tipped our cap to him. Again, he had 4 hits in this series. Each of them were homers. The OPS was over 1,700 for the series, and he has 28 home runs already on the year. That's hilarious how he's probably going to end the season, if he stays healthy and if they play him in September, with 35 home runs, at least. That's insane. That's like a good year. He's going to end the season with 35 home runs. That's a very good year for a lot of players. And he's missed over 2 months. That's fucking hilarious. Severino, again, 6 2/3 scoreless. Very good job. The Yankees gave him an early lead, and this time he used it to his advantage. So, nice job, pal. It's just like, where was this when it mattered a month or 2 ago? And then Middleton. I mean, this guy continues to pitch very well for the Yankees. He pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings in this series and continues to strike guys out. And as a Yankee, I think he's pitched, I want to say, 11 or 12 innings of 1-run ball. Striking out a lot of guys. He's done well, and he's pitching himself into maybe coming back next year. Maybe the Yankees offer him another contract once his deal expires in the winter. But yeah, he's one of the guys pitching for a payday, and I would not mind bringing Keynan Middleton back, because the Yankees have a tendency to develop very good relief pitchers. So that's that, and we're gonna end here. Like I said, quick, very shallow episode, not much to say. I don't really want to talk about the Yankees. I'm not in the mood. I'm waiting for the season to end. I am ready for the Knicks wholeheartedly. I thought I'd be more excited with the prospects getting called up, and I'm sure Austin Wells is coming soon. But I thought I'd be more excited. It's just hard for me as a competitive human being to really get into these games when they literally mean zero. Like, they're exhibition games, so it's hard for me to be too invested. But I'm still following them. I'm still watching or listening if I'm at work for some reason, because that's that's part of being a fan. But let's wrap it up with our question of the day. No breaks, no trivia, no plugs, nothing like that. We'll just get right into the trivia and we'll wrap it up from there. Let's go. All right, so for this episode 553 of the show, who managed the Yankees to their 1961 World Series? And that's it. All right, let me know the answer wherever you can reach me. I'm out of here. I'm putting this episode up, and I'm out of here. All right, guys, thanks. This episode was brought to you by Anchor.
Hey there! If you stayed the entire way through, we thank you immensely for it. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and that you come back for the next episode real soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, download these episodes, and share them with your friends as well. BD4 is a 5-star podcast simply because of you, and we'd like to keep it that way. Have a wonderful day. Go Yankees and go Knicks!